Land flipping can be a great way to get started investing in real estate. One of the first deals I did right out of the gate was to flip a vacant lot. It was an infill lot in an existing mature subdivision. I bought the lot, I don't know, it was a long time ago, probably 1999 time frame, somewhere around there. Bought the lot for $100,000, flipped it 30 days later for $130,000. That was my first real estate flip. There's a lot of different things you can do with land. The different strategies in land flipping are buy it and resell it for a profit. You can focus on infill lots within existing mature subdivisions, and you do what's called vacant land farming. So you contact all the vacant lots, you sort that through your tax database, and you contact them and find out if they want to sell, or you could just value the land and send them an offer. You could target rural properties where you take a city center and you draw a 25-mile radius around it, and you look for all the land outside that 25-mile radius, all the rural land. It could be mountain land, it could be desert land, it could be woods, a lot of different types of land depending on where you're at in the geography and the location you live in. Could be waterfront property. And again, you look for the parcels on maps and you try to value the property. It's pretty straightforward because land is what it is and it's going to be worth so much an acre or so much a square foot. So it's pretty easy to value. And then you contact the owners. You can either send them an offer to purchase based on what you determine the value to be, or you could just contact them and find out if they're interested in selling their property and you'd love to have a conversation and you start a relationship with them. Now, once you find an opportunity and you get the land under contract at a price that makes sense for you and for the seller. A lot of times sellers are just sitting on land paying taxes on it. Maybe it's in an estate, maybe they've had it forever, maybe they thought they were going to do something with it one day and now they're ready to sell it. It could be anything. It could be mountain land where somebody wants to go hunt or camp or fish, or maybe they're going to build a cabin one day or whatever it could be. And now they don't want to do that, or their plans have changed and things like that. So you just never know why somebody wants to sell and when they want to sell. So once you get somebody who wants to sell and you decide to do the transaction, then you can determine what your exit strategy is going to be. Again, you could flip it. You can own or finance it out to a buyer. A lot of times rural properties are very cheap, or wooded properties, woodland properties, waterfront properties in remote areas. Sometimes you can get them really cheap, and you could pay $1,500, $2,000, $5,000 for an acre to 10 acres, whatever it is. And then you could turn around and just resell that for $500 down and $500 a month. So there's a lot of ways to do it. Sometimes you can buy those $1,500 to $5,000 parcels and you get a $1,500 to $5,000 down payment so that you've got your money back, and then you turn around and owner finance it. You resell it for twice what you paid for it, or whatever market value could be, what somebody's willing to pay. Market value is what somebody is willing to pay at any given point in time, and then you just finance it on terms. So there's a lot of ways that you can run the business. You can put together auctions where you can assemble a bunch of parcels of land. You can put them under contract, and then you can do an auction wholesale and wholesale them all out. You can wholesale them individually. So the key is to set yourself up, set your systems up, learn how to farm vacant land, figure out what areas you want to focus on, whether it's infill, random, scattered lot type stuff, or if you want to focus on rural land, mountain land, waterfront type properties in areas where there's not a lot of a development, but there's just pieces of land kind of just out and about sitting there that you can buy cheap and then turn around and flip, wholesale, or sell on terms. So that is land flipping 101. There's a lot of ways to do it, a lot of different business models, but it can be a very lucrative business because there's no structures. You don't have to improve it. You don't have to do anything with it. You just buy it and resell it. So it's a great little business model, and there's still a lot of opportunity out there. A lot of people are doing very well with it. So it just depends on what your focus is and wants to be. You can develop the property. You can lease it out if it's commercial. A lot of different things you can do with land.